Please look at the agenda of the day. Takeaways for today. How to structure your answers. You can learn a clear and effective format for part 1, part 2, and part 3 responses. Correct length for each part. Come on, time management is quintessential when it comes to IELTS. Understand how long you should speak to score at least a 7 or 7 plus without over speaking. Then content generation strategies, high impact vocabulary and idioms, time management during speaking. So these are the points we are going to discuss today. Ready? Shall we start? Let me know, please. Please give me your response so that I can proceed further. Okay. Some of you are finding it difficult to unmute, I guess. Feel free to unmute and ask me any questions. I am at your service. Heading forward. See, first and foremost, let's talk about the syllabus of IELTS speaking. Now tell me, how many of you know about the different parts involved in IELTS speaking, assessment parameters or criteria in IELTS? Are you familiar with this? Come on, if you're familiar with this, I can make it short and brief. Are you aware of the different parts involved in IELTS speaking? How are your examiner going to score you? Are you aware of all these points? Do you know that? Or shall I brief you? Come on, feel free to unmute and talk. This is a platform where you can obviously clear all your doubts, whatever questions you have regarding IELTS speaking, and I am there to answer. So feel free. See, in your IELTS speaking module, I'm quickly giving you an overview regarding what is IELTS speaking module, okay? So in this part, in this module, you have got 3 parts and the total duration of your IELTS speaking is just 11 to 14 minutes. I hope all of you know that in IELTS, we do have listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So these are the 4 modules. When you take the case of IELTS writing, that is for 1 hour. IELTS reading, that is for 1 hour. IELTS listening is for half an hour, 30 minutes. But when it comes to speaking, just 11 to 14 minutes. That is the total duration of this entire module. And come on, speaking is a one-to-one session with your examiner. And because of this reason, a plethora of candidates feel, nervous and a bit tense to give answers. Because in none of the other modules, you will sit directly with your examiner, and only in speaking that happens. So what else is needed to, raise your heartbeats? Obviously, in speaking, you should get good amount of practice before booking your main exam. And this is a one-to-one, face-to-face interactive session with your examiner. And come on, these are the 3 parts involved in IELTS speaking. Part 1. Come on, this is the most candidate-friendly section, I would say. Because in part 1, examiner will ask you questions about your familiar topics, such as about your family, about your friends, about your neighbors, your hometown. Such kind of rudimentary topics will be asked. Fundamental topics will be asked. You can sit in a relaxed manner and give the answers. You are the most authorized person to talk about your family, about your hobbies, about your ambitions and all, aren't you? See, the examiner can ask you simple questions, basic ones. Tell me something about your city where you live. Tell me something about your accommodation. And tell me something about your favorite color. What is your favorite color? Do you put your photographs on social media platforms? How often do you go for online purchases? How often do you go to the cinemas? Kind of questions which are obviously familiar to you will be asked in part 1. And here, expect 8 to 10 questions. You can expect minimum 8 to a maximum of 10 questions from your examiner. And per question, just give 2 to 3 sentences as answers. Fair enough. No need to over elaborate and all. Examiner very well knows that you are obviously comfortable with these topics. So no need to elaborate it a lot. You can just keep it brief, short. Okay, is that clear? Part 1. Let me know, please.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, there is a small baby sound I heard actually. Okay, fine. Now, part 2. Part 2 means it's a monologue extract. What do you mean by monologue? Monologue means words. What do you mean by a monologue? Dialogue means words. 2 or 2 plus people can be there. So mono, what do you mean by mono?
One.
Only one speaker will be there. That's what I mean by monologue. Monologue means only one speaker will be there. Come on, right now what I'm doing is kind of a monologue only. See, I'm the only speaker who is talking. So this is what you mean by monologue. Okay. One has to speak on the given topic for 2 minutes. So that is what you mean by monologue. Come on. Examiner can give you any topic under the sun. It is not guaranteed that you will get a familiar topic, unlike in part 1. I told you very clearly and explicitly that in part 1, you will be getting questions regarding familiar topics, didn't I? But in part 2, any topic under the sun can be there, any topic. Describe a movie you have seen recently, describe a time when you had to wait a lot for someone or something to arrive. Describe a person in your family whom you love the most. Describe a tourist attraction in your country. Describe an interesting news that you have heard recently. Any question can be there. Any question. So be ready to give a monologue presentation for 2 minutes. 2 minutes means you can feel it like a lot of time, even if it is 2 minutes, because it is, you will be under pressure if you are not practicing enough. Okay. So before attending IELTS speaking, again, I am stressing and emphasizing, before attending your IELTS speaking, go and get good amount of practice. Yes. And you will get a preparation time of 1 minute in your speaking part 2, only in part 2. Some students frequently ask me this question, ma'am, do we get preparation time in part 1 and part 3? Well, come on, no. My answer is no. Why? Because if every question is with preparation time, all of the candidates will get at least a 6 out of 9 in IELTS speaking, isn't it? So never going to happen. Only in your speaking part 2, you will get a preparation time of 1 minute. And finally, words, part 3. Last but not least. Part 3 means abstract questions. Here, examiner will ask you questions regarding or related to your part 2 cue card content. Part 2 means cue card, and the same cue card theme will be carried on in part 3 for further extended discussion. Imagine I'm your examiner and I'm going to give you one IELTS cue card like describe a tourist attraction in your country. Suppose, okay, just imagine I'm your IELTS examiner and this is your cue card. Describe a tourist attraction in your country. If that is your cue card, most probably, trust me, 90% of the part 3 questions will be like, do you think tourism is in a way contributing to pollution? Are you of the opinion that tourism should be promoted in every country? What do you say? Tourism is contributing to the national growth or economic growth of every country? This kind of related questions will be asked in part 3. So 2 and 3 parts highly interconnected. Whatever cue card you get in part 2, the same will be carried on. I mean, the content, the same theme will be carried on to part 3 for extended discussions. And part 3 is known as discussion topics. And in this case, in this part, you will get minimum 3 to a maximum of 6 questions. Bear in mind, please. Minimum 3 to a maximum of 6 questions can be there. And per question, try to give at least 4 to a maximum of 6 sentences as answer. Simple. Do you understand? Is that clear so far? Let me know, please. Do you understand the syllabus of IELTS speaking? Part 1, part 2, part 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Here. Now, towards the right-hand side, you can see criteria for assessment, can't you? See, the examiner is actually going to assess your performance based on these 4 assessment parameters: fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, obviously pronunciation. So these are the 4 assessment parameters. See, when you check your scorecard or when you see any of the sample scorecards, you can understand each and every module is scored out of 9. Listening, dash out of 9. Reading, dash out of 9. Speaking, out of 9. Writing, out of 9. Now my point is straight. No exam is going to happen out of 9. Trust me, you heard me right. No exam is going to happen out of 9. See, 9 is only the average of the total score. In your IELTS exam, you will be ranged, you will be assessed out of 9 for fluency and coherence, obviously for lexical resource, then grammatical range and accuracy, and so does in the case of pronunciation. So 4 into 9, it is out of 36 points your final speaking is getting assessed. Not many people know this, but you should understand. Okay, the BTS, behind the scenes. Out of 36 only, the total exam is happening. Suppose imagine I am a candidate who is capable of getting 20 out of 36. Suppose 20 out of 36. Then in my scorecard, it will be printed like 5 out of 9. How was it calculated? 20 divided by 4 assessment parameters. 5. Simple. Do you understand the scoring? Is that clear so far? Let me know, please. You have to put yourself in the shoes of your examiner. Then only you can understand how all the things are happening. How are you getting assessed, areas for improvement and everything. Are you with me? Do you understand? Is that clear? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see, criteria for assessment. Fluency and coherence. Do you have any idea about it? What do you mean by fluency and coherence? Fluency and coherence. Anyone? Feel free to unmute and say, come on. What do you mean by fluency and coherence? Fluency and coherence? Haven't you seen while some people are speaking, there are a lot of pauses and breakages in between, like, see, these kind of fumblings or meaningless utterings should not be there if you're planning to get a 7 or 7+ band score. Some people, while they are articulating, they will be with the plethora of fumblings, a myriad of breakages. Well, that is not at all entertained. Examiner will identify you as a below average user if you have got a lot of pauses and breakages in between. So how to avoid these fillers? They are commonly known as fillers. These fumblings, meaningless utterings, these sounds. And how can we overcome these fillers? How can we avoid these fillers? With the help of lingers. What do you mean by lingers? Somebody please tell me. What do you mean by lingers? You know this. From the name itself, it is easy for you to understand, isn't it? Lingers.
Connecting words.
Huh? Yes. Yes, Mitra?
Connecting words.
Connecting words, yes. Lingers are those words which are used to connect ideas and sentence structures. In our everyday speech, we are using words like and, but, while, because, so, if, and all, aren't we? So a bit more formal version of those words can be considered. Although, even though, furthermore, moreover, conversely, on the other hand, whereas, all these kind of word connectors can be used instead of these fillers. Another point under fluency and coherence is that you need to give descriptive answer. Don't give short answer. Imagine I'm an IELTS candidate and my examiner is asking me one question. Malvika, tell me something about your hometown. Oh, yes. I live in Trivandrum, which is the capital of Kerala. Over. Examiner will not feel impressed. Trust me. Yes, Shivam, yes. I guess you have turned on companion mode. Please avoid companion mode. Then only you can participate in the session. So when I am just saying this, I come from Trivandrum, which is indeed the capital of Kerala. No examiner will be giving me good band score for this. Why? Why? Because this is not something which excites the examiner. You have to be sounding descriptive in your answer. Imagine there is another candidate like Priya, and Priya is giving an answer like, oh, that's an interesting question to answer. I come from Trivandrum, which is indeed the capital of Kerala. Trivandrum is well famous for its cultural, historical, and tourist attractions. It is a very good place for youngsters to foster their career prospects. See? Obviously, the other person will get good bad score than me. Why is it so? She sounded descriptive. So it is the salient feature of a poor user to escape the question just by giving one word or one sentence answer. You being an above average user should try to elaborate the given, should try to give elaborated responses. The question should not be answered in one word or one short sentence. Do you understand? Is that clear? Let me know, please. Any questions you have? Any questions you have? Shall I proceed? Let me know, please. Clear? Okay, fine. Now, one more point should be considered under fluency and coherence. Remember, you should not take a lot of time to respond to the asked question. There are many people, worth jokes apart. Seriously, there are a lot of people, when the examiner is asking a question, they will take a lot of time to respond back. Another poor user's salient feature is that try not to consume a lot of time. When a question is asked, give the response immediately at the drop of a hat. So all these come under fluency and coherence. It is ranked or it is valued out of 9. Then comes lexical resource. Tell me, please, what do you mean by lexical resource? Lexical resource.
Vocabulary.
Definitely vocabulary. The more formal words you are using, the better will be your band score, no doubt about it. And here, not only formal words, but also the usage of idioms, collocations can be there. What do you mean by idioms? Idioms. And what do you mean by collocations? Idioms, collocations, and formal words can be there. So what do you mean by this? Idioms, collocations. What do you mean by collocation? Collocation. I guess you know what collocations are. I mean, the examples you know, but not the appropriate explanation, I guess. Any idea about collocations? From the name itself, can you get?
Combination of words.
Collocations means combination of words, yes. There are some words which come naturally in a very organic manner. Say, for example, there are words such as, I'm just giving an example here. Smoking is strictly prohibited. There is a collocation hidden here. Not hidden, actively visible here. Pick up the collocation, please. Smoking is strictly prohibited. Can you please pick up the collocation used? Collocation. Strictly prohibited is the collocation. Now, can you tell me what is collocation? Two or more words that frequently appear together, forming a natural and common combination. That is what I mean by collocations. For example, we say, make a mistake, don't we? Heavy rain. So there are words which come in combination, forming a very natural and common combination. Prohibited itself means what? What do you mean by prohibited? Something which is not entertained. Strictly, why should we use strictly there? Strictly prohibited. Technically speaking, prohibited itself means something is not entertained. Still people use like this, strictly prohibited. Why? Because this is a collocation. The intensity of the message is doubled here. Whenever you're planning to say or assert something with a lot of confidence, you can go for collocations. So these combinations sound natural to native speakers, and they are essential for clear, fluent communication. Strictly prohibited. And haven't you seen advertisements like fast car word? Car is something which is meant to be fast only. Still there are advertisements like fast car, powerful engine. Engine is meant to be powerful. Then why should we add extra word, powerful there? See, these are all natural combination of words. What is the time now? It is 6:30. Now I'm telling you, it is very dark and very cold outside. Okay, that's a very common expression. Anybody can use it. But what if I tell you it is pitch dark and bitterly cold outside. Definitely the listener will pay attention to what I'm saying. That is the, what, difference in impression. Pitch dark and bitterly cold shares the same meaning only. Like what? Very cold and very dark. But it is not the meaning that matters, the impact you are creating. So collocations are one of the natural ways in which we can enhance our band score. So you understand, is that clear? Is that clear? Let me know, please. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Done? Now, what do you mean by idioms? Idioms. 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 Say, for example, I am telling this to Varsha. Hi, Varsha, come on, let's paint the town red. See? Hi, Varsha, come on, let's paint the town red. Somebody who is eavesdropping to our conversation may feel like I am calling Varsha to paint the physical, infrastructure of town red in color. Actually, that is not the meaning. Paint the town red means what? Come on, dude. Come on, let us celebrate. That is what you mean by this idiom. Paint the town red means let us celebrate. But not many people use this and not many people know this. Only an above average speaker will effortlessly incorporate idioms in their speech. So idioms are a group of words established by usage as having a meaning not deducible from those of the individual words. When you translate these individual words, you will get an awkward meaning, which is not at all appropriate when it comes to the practical part. Translate this, let's paint the town red. You may feel like somebody is calling you to to paint the infrastructure of town red in color. Well, that is not the case. I am calling out my friends for what? To celebrate something. So idioms, collocations, good and formal words, all these together constitute what? Lexical resource. Then comes grammatical range and accuracy. What do you mean by that? Obviously, what do you mean by that? Tenses, accuracy, and how well you can handle the language. Everything is tested under this parameter. Tell me, how many tenses are there in English? How many tenses are there? How many tenses are there? How many tenses are there?
Is it
Yes, 12 tenses. Actually speaking, when it comes to our mind, we may feel like, okay, present, past, and future. See, we do have 4 tense families. Simple family is there, continuous family is there, perfect family is there, and perfect continuous family is there. And in all these families, past, present, future will happen. So 4 into 3, there are altogether 12 tenses. Be flexible in using all the 12 tenses. It is important. And try to incorporate complex sentences in your speech. What do you mean by complex sentences? Complex sentence structure? What do you mean by complex sentences?
Combination of two simple sentences.
Combination of?
Two simple sentences.
Combination of 2 simple sentences is compound sentence. This is complex sentence. Let me give you an example. Come on. But nice try, Suresh. Nice try. Come on.
Difficult sentence, ma'am?
Come again, Varsha?
A difficult sentence? But
Oh, from the term, I guess you have identified it as difficult. No, dear, not like that. Let me just.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
by adding either relative clause or subordinate clause.
Dependent clause and independent clause. I guess you
Yes,
meant
ma'am.
that. Okay. Yes. 1 second. I'll just give you one example. Unless you have an identity card, you cannot enter the club. This is just a random sentence. Take it for example, please. Unless you have an identity card, you cannot enter the club. Now, come on. This is a classic example of a complex sentence structure. Now, my question is, can I put a full stop here instead of comma? Does it work? Does it work? Can I put a full stop here instead of comma? Does it work?
No, ma'am.
No, it doesn't work. Why not? Come on, the statement will become meaningless. That is the reason. Unless you have an identity card, unless I have an identity card, what will happen? See, the listener is eagerly waiting for the main idea to be revealed. But the second half, you cannot enter the club. This is actually what independent clause. Come on, if you cut and copy paste this to some other platform also, it will survive. It will give its own independent meaning. That is what you mean by dominant clause or independent clause. Part of the sentence which is capable of surviving by its own. That's what you mean by independent clause or dominant clause. But look at the previous one. Unless you have an identity card, come on, it cannot stand by its own. It is known as subordinate clause or dependent clause. A dependent clause alone cannot form a sentence, a whole meaningful sentence. Obviously, it will drag word, one independent clause, and together they will definitely form a complex sentence structure. Simple. So minimum one dependent clause and an independent clause coexisting in a sentence structure. That's what you mean by complex sentence. And come on, it is not mandatory that the dependent clause should happen only in the beginning. Come on, it can happen in the second half also. You can write like in either order. See, you cannot enter the club unless you have an identity card. In either order you can write. But you know what? Comma, the punctuation is not needed if the independent clause begins the statement. Do you understand? Is that clear? If the independent clause begins the statement, comma is not required. Directly you can write word. The dependent clause. Simple. That is what I mean by complex sentences. And be ready to incorporate good amount of complex sentence structures in your speaking parts. Clear enough? I hope it is. Done? Let me know, please. Done? Is that clear so far? Hello? Done? Because I am doubting my internet connection. That is why. I hope I am audible enough. Am I? Okay. Fine. Now, heading forward. Last but not least, pronunciation. What do you mean by pronunciation? Pronunciation? What do you mean by pronunciation? Some people try to fake their accent like an American or a British person. Well, it is not required. See, pronunciation doesn't mean that you need to fake your accent like a native speaker. No. Pronunciation means here in IELTS assessment parameter, pronunciation is all about the rhythm you are carrying on, the intonation you are giving, and as well as the kind of pronunciation you are giving for the individual words. 3 points must be considered. See, point number 1, the rhythm, the beat of your sentence. English is a stress-timed language. So good rhythm means smooth flow and correct stress pattern. Then comes intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice when you speak. What if I'm telling you like criteria for assessment? Now let us discuss about fluency and coherence. Lexical resources, what we are going to discuss now. Will you feel attracted? No, you won't. Hardly 1 or 2 people will be there in this meeting in that case. Trust me. So that is what I mean by intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice when you speak. Intonation is very essential to attract the audience or the crowd or your listener. Okay, see, you live in Delhi? See, I'm asking a question. You live in Delhi? See, my tone is rising. I am preparing for IELTS. See, my tone is falling. That is quite interesting. My tone is mixed. So, intonation, rhythm, and the way in which you are pronouncing the individual words, all these come under pronunciation. Moreover, speaking is a recorded session. So examiner will be recording your performance in his or her device. You should be audible enough. Some people are very pathetic in maintaining clarity. So clarity must be there. All these assessment parameters together gives your band score. Is that clear so far? Let me know, please. Done? Is that clear? Any questions you have? Come on, shoot. Any questions? Any questions? Shall we proceed then further? Ready? Okay. So, How to structure part 1 answers. I have already told you that in part 1, we will be asked with questions regarding our familiar topics. Family, friends, school, home, work, etc. Now, come on, I'm going to ask you questions. Ready? To Mitra, Sangamitra. Hi, Mitra. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. So, do you live with your family? Imagine this is your IELTS speaking part 1 question. Huh? And I'm asking you this. Do you live with your family, Mitra? So, how will you answer this question, Mitra? Give me a sample.
Yes, I do live with my family. My family consists of myself, my father, and my dad. I have no siblings.
I have?
I have no siblings.
Okay. Noted. So, this is the answer. Yes, I live with my parents and my younger sister. And my parents and only with your parents. I guess yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I live with my parents and I'm the only child of my parents. We are quite close and spend a lot of time together. Overall, living with them feels comfortable. So you can maintain a bit more clarity in what you're saying. There is a method known as due. Have you heard of it? Due method. To everyone, I'm saying. Good try, Mitra. Sangamitra, by the way, where are you from?
I'm from Chennai.
Chennai. Are you a Tamilian?
Yes, yes.
I'm from Kerala. So we can relate those names. That's why. Sangamitra. I can relate. Okay, come on. So thanks for the answer, by the way. Do you live with your family easily with a method known as due? You can give the answer. Here, due means, first D means direct statement. You need to give a clear answer. Then E means extra detail. Add one short detail. And W, wrap up. Finish naturally with words like therefore, hence, so, overall. So any of these, word concluding words can be used. So this method is very effective. D, E, W. Here D, direct statement, which will help you to give a very clear answer. E means extra detail. Add one short detail. And W, wrap up. Finish naturally with words like therefore, hence, so, overall. So with the due method, you can easily answer any of the questions. See, if I am about to give this answer, I will give one like this. Yes, I live with my parents and my younger sister. So this is my D, direct answer. Then I'll give an example. I will give the extra detail. We are quite close and we spend a lot of time together. Now I am wrapping up. I'm just wrapping up the answer. So overall, living with my family feels comfortable. Simple. So in part 1, with this effective method of due, you can easily give all the answers. Do you understand? Is that clear so far? Let me know, please. Done? Okay. I will pick another person. Suresh, ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Suresh, where are you from?
I'm from Chennai specifically. I'm from Tamil Nadu specifically Chennai.
Why am I particularly picking South Indians? I don't know. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, can I ask you one question, ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll ask about your school. Did you enjoy your school days?
To be honest, I'm a big fan of being in a school, and moreover, I like to uh, spend my time with my friends because once I get together with them, I feel more comfortable and refreshable. So
I
overall,
really appreciate your answer. But the question is, did you? Did you enjoy means you need to maintain what? Past tense.
past tense.
Ah.
So
But you have given me an answer with present verbs. So try to create an answer in past tense. It's about your school days, back then.
because I'm studying school
Currently you are studying
12th standard.
11th standard,
12th.
12th standard. Okay. So
Yes,
did you,
ma'am.
that is why you have used present tense.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 12th standard means almost you are entering college days, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So come on,
Yes.
tell me about your lower primary and upper primary school days. That would be fine.
Okay. Okay.
So, did you enjoy your school days?
So to be honest, I'm a big fan of being spending time with my friends. During my 11th standard, I spent a lot of time with my friends and enjoyed so many moments with them. And those memories are nostalgic for me. Overall, I really enjoyed my school days as much as possible.
Okay, now I got a good idea and a lot of visual images regarding the answer. Fine. Now, so you can frame your answer like this. Yes, I really enjoyed my school days. My teachers were friendly and I loved cultural activities. So overall, those years were memorable. You can say like that. Fine. Thanks for
Yes, ma'am.
participating. Done. Varsha, ready,
Ma'am,
Varsha? Can I ask you a
Yes,
question?
yes, of course, ma'am.
Varsha, where are you from?
I am from in Delhi, ma'am.
Okay, finally, you're from Delhi.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Varsha, what was your favorite subject?
My subject favorite is biology.
Biology was your favorite subject. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Yes.
Why did you like it so much? You need to explain. I told you in part one, 2 to 3 sentences can be there. So the question is,
Because
what was your favorite subjects?
my favorite subject is biology. In future, because biology is very knowledgeable and genetics knowledge, so I can explain easily to deliver to student. So I like this subject.
I like this subject particularly because it helps me to discover how human body works,
Huh,
isn't it?
yes, ma'am.
How genetics and how the what anatomy of humans work. Uh,
Anatomy. Yes,
Also, you find it very much easy to explain to the learners, don't you?
yes, and practical also.
Understood.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
Okay. So, see, I'm very glad that all of you have participated when called. Now, see, these questions, I mean, all of these questions are answered with a very honest approach. But from an examiner's perspective, we can make these answers a bit more unique. Say, for example, imagine my examiner is asking me a question. Malvika, what's your favorite color? Just a random question. Huh? Malvika, what's your favorite color? My examiner is asking me this question. My obvious answer will be, my opening statement will be, my favorite favorite color is yellow. Many people feel like, okay, she said her favorite color is yellow. What is the big deal? Examiner will not feel unique about, will not feel my performance a bit unique from the others. Never. Because this is a kind of cliche response anybody can provide. Any below average user can also give this response. So how my examiner can differentiate my performance from the others? So a very punchy, catchy opening statement can obviously make you as an above average user. Come on. Instead of this casual explanation or opening statement, I can say that, well, that is an interesting question to answer. This can be your opening statement. Well, that's an interesting question to answer. When it comes to colors, I always prefer, one second, always prefer yellow over the others. This sounds a bit more catchy. Obviously, I'm not copy pasting the same question vocabulary. Majority of the students, actually, they do this. See, when asked what's your favorite color, most of the students will say, my favorite color is, oh, come on, that is sort of kindergarten explanation. Don't you feel like that? It will not be, setting you apart from the others. So if you want to sound a bit more formal, unique, and above average, try to paraphrase the question statement. Do not copy paste the same question vocabulary. Well, that's an interesting question to answer. Not many people will compliment the examiner back. This is part of psychology also. Come on, you will be appealing more polite than the others, more academic in tone. Well, that's an interesting question to answer. When it comes to colors, I always prefer yellow over the others. In this way also you can answer, can't you? So the kind of opening statement will also speak volumes about your performance. Do you understand? Is that clear so far? Let me know. Done? Clear? Hope yes. Now, go for this one. This is what you mean by part two. Part two means what? Cue card, monologue. This is what I told you. Examiner will give you a particular topic and you need to deliver a speech on the given topic. Sorry, not exactly a speech, actually. That is slip of my tongue. Not exactly speech. It's a monologue. Monologue means what? Monologue, only one speaker will be there. So describe a meal you tried for the first time. And you should say the below points in your speech. What the meal was, when and where you had it, who you were with, and explain how you felt when you tried it for the very first time. So this is the classic example of an IELTS cue card. Can you try this? Monologue. Sangamitra, I guess you volunteered, haven't you? Come on, go ahead. You will get a preparation time of 1 minute. Take your time, please. You can note down some points if you wish to in a piece of paper.
Next, may I?
Yes? Yes, Suresh? You said something?
Next, can I?
You can participate now itself. Come on, prepare, please. Feel free to participate.
Yes, ma'am.
Describe a meal you tried for the very first time. And you should say the below points. What the
Yes,
meal
ma'am.
was, when and where you had it, who you were with, and explain how you felt when you tried it for the first time. Have a try. Come on.
Sorry, ma'am, I got a call.
No
And
worries.
my internet.
Have you prepared? I guess you have not.
Yes.
Prepared.
Mm, okay, okay.
Oh, so fast. Come on. Come on then. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I will get at a small time.
Take your time then.
1
1
minute.
minute.
Yes.
Ready, Suresh?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, go ahead. Shoot.
First of all, thank you for giving me such a relatable topic. When during my 16th birthday, my family and friends surprised me by giving treat in the eminent restaurant nearby our village, named as a Royal Restaurant. At that time, I firstly tasted the tandoori chicken with them, and that was the first time I really tasted that. During that moment, I feel over the moon to taste that, and moreover, that was also the first time when when I have my dinner with my family and friends. So uh, I'm on cloud nine, and apart from that, the cuisines I tasted are really amazing, like tandoor chicken, shawarma, and chicken rice like that. Moving on further, I tasted some variety of juices and a lemonade to fulfill my dinner, and I also enjoyed that moment by shooting photos and selfies like that. To cut the long story short, the meal which I tried first time was the tandoor chicken during my 16th birthday with my family and friends.
Well, that was a cogent explanation. That was very nice. But I have a small suggestion. keep an eye on the tense. At times we
Okay.
were discussing the points in present tense instead of past tense. Only that was the
Okay.
error, nothing else.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
I am over the moon. Actually, I was over the moon. That is the
Yes,
right
ma'am.
expression, isn't it?
Yes. Yes,
So
ma'am.
fix the tense actually. Other than that,
Mm.
it is perfectly fine. I have noticed you have used good amount of idioms, starters, good lingers. Come on,
Yes.
very good. Now,
What
Sangamitra, would you like to try now?
what band can I get, ma'am?
For this, you can definitely get 6. But the point is, if you improve the grammatical parts, I mean, the
Okay.
tense is not appropriate. So if the
Okay.
tense is
Okay.
also appropriate, you will get definitely 6.5 plus.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Purposefully,
ma'am.
I can feel that you have incorporated idioms and all.
Okay. Thank you.
That. Yes. Sangamitra, can you try now?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, please.
This question actually interests me because during this question will always excites me because this had a small situation which cracks me up every time I think about it. The meal I had was malai chops. So I had it in a small shop near my college. It happened a year ago. I was with my friends. My friend had to give us a treat for his birthday. So we went to a lake and then we thought of having food. So he was like, I will sponsor it today. So we had malai chops. It was good, but at the first, when we tried it, we all made a face like, what is this? The masalas and the malai chops were chewy, and we were like, oh my God, what is this? It was off. But after we tried some different things like cheesy and spicy things, we were good. It was tasting good, but at the start we were like facing him and giving him the look, are you really giving us this as your treat, which we don't even enjoy? So it was kind of a very funny moment whenever I think about it. Now that I graduated, this situation always cracks me up.
Understood. Well articulated. Good enough. My only suggestion is it would be great if you could incorporate 1 or 2 idioms in between. So
Okay.
that you can obviously accelerate
How
your
do
math. I can give
Yes.
you one model,
Okay.
don't worry. See,
Okay.
I mean, this was a very good explanation, Sangamitra. You were recalling all those dialogues, and I was getting a lot of visual images. That is fine, absolutely well. In order to make it a bit more formal and academic in tone, you can incorporate couple of collocations and idioms.
Okay. Okay.
I'll showcase you one sample so that you can understand.
Mm-mm.
Now, see, to everyone, I'm saying this is a VVIP point to be considered, something known as signpost language. The term may sound a bit unfamiliar, I can understand, but you really know this. Signpost language means, think of signpost language like the green signboards on the road. When we drive and feel lost, those boards guide us this way, next turn, final destination. Similarly, signpost language guides your listener, in this case, your examiner, through your answer. It tells them where your idea starts, where it is going next, and when you are finishing. Without signposts, your speech feels scattered. With signposts, your answer becomes clear, organized, and examiner friendly. Say, for example, see, it helps us to give direction and connection to our statements. Signposting for adding information. Whenever you are planning to give extra information, try to go for words like besides that, in addition. See, besides that, one second, I'm annotating. In addition, what is more? This kind of starters, I mean, this kind of words can be given. Can you see what I have annotated? Is it visible? Let me know, please. Can you see? Is it visible? Now, because it will take some time to showcase, that is why. See, whenever you're planning to add information in the chat box, I can drop, okay? So that you can copy paste the same. Whenever you're planning to explain something, like adding information, go for besides that. In addition, what is more? Besides that, I practice speaking daily. In addition, I watch English shows. What is more? I learn new vocabulary every day. So whenever you're planning to give all these kind of extra starters, examiner will get a clear-cut idea regarding what you're planning to explain further. That will obviously give good impression. Then, for sequencing ideas, this is very important. Whenever you're planning to explain something in a chronological order, in a sequential, in a structured manner, go for these lingers. First of all, in the chat box I am sharing, because the screen is too low to share all the information, that's why. First of all, I make a study plan. After that, I take a mock test. Finally, I analyze my mistakes. So this is actually explaining the process. First of all, after that, finally. So sequencing ideas can be done with signpost language. And whenever you're planning to give examples, add these words before giving examples. For example, I enjoy creative subjects. Like for instance, English and arts. To give you an idea, I wrote stories in school. All these are appropriate starters to give examples. Example giving is an integral part of answer justification, especially in your part 2 and part 3. You can make use of these lingers. Part 2 and part 3 of IELTS speaking. Then, when you want to express opinion, you can say, personally, I feel that, in my opinion, I strongly believe that. All these kind of, lingers, signpost language, these phrases can be used before giving your opinion. I truly believe that, I firmly believe that, I strongly believe that, personally I feel that, in my perspective, in my viewpoint, in my standpoint, in my opinion. You can use any of these words. Then, if you want to clarify something, if you want to explain something, go for these phrases. See, what I mean is practice builds confidence. To put it simply, you improve by speaking more. Let me explain clearly. Pronunciation needs repetition. All these are actually words which will help you to create a good impression on your examiner. A below average user will never ever consider the presence of word, signpost language. They don't even know it. But you being an above average user should try to accommodate those words. Do you understand? Are you with me? Clear? Let me know, please. Done? I have shared those notes with you in the chat box itself so that you can access it. Otherwise, if I share it in the words on screen, it will get deleted as app. Okay. Now, if you want to conclude something, yes. All in all, to sum up, to encapsulate, hammering the last nail. Hammering the last nail is actually an idiom. Any of these words, phrases can be used. All in all, to sum up. So overall, use it and you will see the difference. Can I give you a model answer which I have written for the cue card? Ready? Now?
Yes,
Shall I showcase? Okay. Here you go. Yes, not this one. Yes, here. See? Sample answer. I have written it for you. One unforgettable meal I tried for the very first time was sushi, a famous Japanese delicacy that combines vinegared rice, fresh seafood, and thinly sliced vegetables. Although it is quite popular worldwide, see the dependent clause. I had always been a bit hesitant to give it a go because the idea of eating raw fish didn't sound particularly appealing or comforting to me. Now, this is what you mean by complex sentence. And we have already discussed it, didn't we? Then, what was the next bulletin point? Let me just showcase you the question here. Yes. When and where you had it, who you were with, and explain how you felt when you tried it for the first time. So, Yes. It was around 2 years ago when I went out for dinner with a few of my colleagues at a newly opened Japanese restaurant in Kochi. The ambience was elegant and minimalistic, and the aroma of the soy sauce and seaweed filled the air, instantly setting the mood. One of my friends, who had spent a few years in London, insisted that I step out of my comfort zone and try authentic sushi for the first time. At first, I was rather skeptical, but as the saying goes, nothing ventured, nothing gains. Or you can even say no pain, no gain, but actually no pain, no gain is related to, what struggles and then achieving the output. So nothing ventured, nothing gains. When the platter arrived, it looked like a piece of art. Colorful rolls, neatly arranged with pickled ginger and wasabi on the side. I cautiously picked up a piece with chopsticks, dipped it lightly in sauce, and took a bite. To my surprise, it tasted refreshingly light, yet bursting with flavor. The combination of soft rice, tangy fish, and the subtle crunch of the vegetables created a perfect balance. From that moment, I realized how wrong my assumptions had been. I felt adventurous, liberated, and genuinely proud of myself for trying something new, different. Since then, I have occasionally craved sushi and even encouraged my friends to give it a try. Now I am summarizing my speech here. All in all, it was a turning point in my culinary journey, a reminder that life is too short to stick to the same old flavors. And sometimes taking the plunge can lead to the most delightful and unexpected discoveries. So I am an IELTS instructor who has been working in this industry for the past 7 years. So for me, it will come effortlessly. For others who are from different schools of studies, will take some time. Okay, so don't worry. Are you convinced? Do you get an idea regarding how it went? How to structure? I have used good amount of collocations and idioms here. You can see the same. Is that visible? Collocation, first one, unforgettable meal. Unforgettable meal means that's a very strong natural phrase, meaning a meal that is impossible to forget. Why it works? Because it sounds expressive and native. Then very first time, it's a standard collocation used to emphasize the first experience. It adds clarity and gives emphasis. I step out of my comfort zone. What do you mean by that? Step out of my comfort zone. Tell me, please. Step out of my comfort zone. To try something you are not used to do outside your usual habits. Perfect for describing trying sushi for the first time. Elegant and minimalistic atmosphere. What do you mean by that? It's a common adjective pair I have used. Gives a vivid picture of the restaurant. The listener will identify a lot. I mean, the listener will get a lot of visual images. They will exactly feel the emotion you are saying. Do you understand all this? Is that clear? Is that clear? Let me know, please.
Yes, ma'am.
See, culinary journey, perfect balance, bursting with the flavor. All these are words. Good amount of collocations. Bursting with flavor means it's a food-related collocation, meaning full of very strong taste. Makes the food sound rich and appealing. So the usage of all these idioms, collocations, and signpost language will obviously make your performance unique from that of the others. Do you follow me? Is that clear so far?
Yes.
Let me know, please. Done? Okay. Now let's move on. Here comes section 3. See. Part 3, the final section, abstract questions. I have already told you part 3 questions are all about the given cue card. Whatever cue card your examiner gives you, based on the same, there will be extended questions. How have people's eating habits changed over time? Why do some people enjoy cooking while others do not? Do you think it is important for children to learn how to cook? How does technology affect the way people prepare meals today? Now, come on, all these questions are actually related to what? Your cue card. Now, I want volunteers. Come on. Who can answer the first question? How have people's eating habits changed over time? Come on, somebody please give me the answer.
Ma'am,
Okay, go ahead.
yes, in the contemporary era, the humans get a more, the most of the humans get swamped with their work or their profession, so they not get enough time to cook or eat their traditional food. So they switch over to the online foods like Swiggy, Zomato to fulfill their appetite or hunger.
Okay, understood. Now, come on, it would be great if you could arrange it in an orderly manner. There is a method known as prep. The first we go for points, then R for reason, then an example, then you can restate your point. Yes. Nice only, Suresh. But still I'm giving an orderly approach. There is a method known as prep. Point, reason, example, point. So my question was, how have people's eating habits changed over time? You have started with a good vocabulary in the contemporary era, but that is too common. Anybody can use it. People's eating habits have changed beyond recognition over the years. In the past, families cooked hearty homemade meals using fresh ingredients. But nowadays, many rely on ready to eat or takeaway food because of hectic lifestyles. For instance, now I am giving the example. Young professionals often grab a quick bite instead of sitting down for a proper meal. This shift has made diet less balanced, showing how convenience has taken precedence over nutrition. You can say in that way. I mean, not the exact vocabulary. This method can be followed. Opening point, straight answer to the question, then reason, then you can give an example, then you can summarize it. Do you understand? Is that clear? Let me know, please. Suresh, is that clear? Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sangamitra, are you there? Can I ask you one question? Hello. Are you there? Varsha, are you there? Deepa, I want volunteers. Come on. Pratyusha, Yukta, Sangamitra, you're there.
Yes, ma'am.
So, a question.
Should I
Why
try
do
the first?
next question actually? Why do some people
Okay.
enjoy cooking while others do not?
Okay.
You can give a
Cooking
point.
is actually
Why do? The answer, direct answer to the question can be given first. Point. Followed by an explanation. Then you can give an example. Then you can restate your point. That is what I mean by the prep method. You can try. Come on. So give a direct answer to the question first. Why do some people enjoy cooking while others do not?
cooking has always been considered an art since uh, since many years. Uh, the reason is because cooking actually helps you elevate your mind because I think I need some time. I'm not getting it
You can say
right.
some people see cooking as a
Okay.
labor of love, a creative outlet, and a way to unwind after a long day. On the other hand, others find it extremely time consuming and stressful, especially when juggling work and family. For example, my friend loves experimenting with recipes, while her sister would rather order in because she hates cleaning up. So it really depends upon the kind of person who is, engaging in cooking. You can say in
Yes,
that way. So this
yes, ma'am.
method is very effective. Point, reason, example, points.
Okay.
Follow this, okay? You will not be finding it difficult.
Okay. Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
And I hope all of you got a thorough idea regarding the parts. Yes. Now I'm just showcasing IELTS classes at Yuno Learning here. See, we do have IELTS classes available, both comprehensive and crash course sessions are there. And see, when it comes to comprehensive class, you will get 20 group classes and there will be 4 speaking practice sessions, 2 full mock tests, and 15 writing assignments will be there. Each and every module is taken by experts actually, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So obviously it will be a great support for you if you enroll in the sessions. Then crash course program is also there. There are people who are almost nearing their university deadline. So for those people, they can engage in, they can join for a crash course session. There are 10 group classes, 2 speaking practice sessions, 1 full mock test, and 10 writing assignments. And if you just want to customize your classes also, you can. If you want only writing and speaking also, you can take it. Okay? Is that clear so far? Let me know, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what do the enrolled students get at Yuno Learning? 500 plus practice questions. Notes on grammar and vocabulary. These are VVIP points to be considered. Not age-old materials. They are the fresh ones. I'm also into the content panel. So we are giving content on a weekly basis. Sample writing task, answers, speaking answers. Group classes are there as well as one-to-ones are there. Obviously, mock tests, videos will be there on different topics, and class recordings. Even if you miss a live session, don't worry, you will get the recording of the same. See, all these are our uniqueness, and we do have proven results. And yes, please share your feedback with me. I'll just share one. Simran will share one form here. Yes. See, there is a feedback form. Once you click it, you can see this. See, in the chat box, one of our team members, Simran, has shared the feedback form. Learning IELTS speaking webinar feedback. Now, give your full name, please. Say, for example, Malavika, your full name, then your phone number, then your email. Obviously, you can rate the session according to your experience. What did you find most useful? What topic would you like us to cover in the next sessions? If you want further webinars, you can just let us know. Would you be interested in enrolling our paid IELTS courses? Any suggestions? Yes. You can take your time to fill up the form. And feel free to ask any questions if you have. Yes. Any questions?
Ma'am, how do I prepare it at home? Like, how do I practice
At
speaking?
home, actually, when it comes to these 2 modules, writing and speaking, somebody should be there to correct you. It is an obvious thing.
Yes.
Because assessment parameters are different, the grammatical parts, the lexical parts, sentence structure, everything should be reviewed by somebody who is an experienced one. So especially for writing and speaking, actually speaking, there is no home secrets available. Work from home kind of tip is not there. But for listening and reading, you can cop up if you know the skimming, scanning mechanisms. But for speaking and writing, you have to sit with someone and you should, engage with the other person. Clear?
Right, ma'am. Right. Yes, ma'am.
Done. Any other questions you have?
Ma'am, actually, my exam is on December 6th. I'm scoring better in apart from 3 modules, but I score too low in reading sessions. But I
Reading.
not yes, it feels too vague for me, and I do not know how to easily find those answers easily.
Mhm.
So what can I do to get at least band 6.5? Now I am scoring 5.5 to 6.
Okay. If you're available, you can just join our sessions. We do have separate classes for reading also. For all the classes, we have customized plans. If you're interested, you can join. We can help you with it.
Okay.
Skimming, scanning, paraphrasing techniques, speed reading, everything is discussed in a very thorough manner. Especially if you want only one module also, it is available. We can help you.
Okay, ma'am.
So that's it for the day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for participating. I hope all of you have completed the form filling. Done? Thank you. Bye.